Hey guys, welcome to another session of FFBE Global. Today we're going to do our unit intro quest, Maritime Strategist Nichol, CG Nichol for short. That's what everybody's known him by. We're going to do it, get the tickets, get the star quartz, the pots, and the lapis of course. Use a limit burst for a rare summon ticket. Use soulful stance for 3 mini pots, smart pots. And use sharp kick for star quartz. Basically, you don't usually do like unit reviews, but I really like CG Nichol, and I think he really deserves like a spotlight and kind of like an overview of how you should use him, at least how I'm used to using him. I'm just gonna bring out this Sephiroth here. I think he's a dual wielder, and just gonna give you guys an example of his abilities here. So let us go with this Sephiroth, and here's the team I'm gonna go with. Actually, I'm gonna bring Tilith. Without any equipment, it doesn't really matter for my showcase here, and then also Veritas of the Earth. I'm gonna bring White Knight Noel, and you're gonna show him his gears. I really didn't know what to really build him as. I'm 0.2% from Gladiolus's shield, so he could look way better with defense. But yes, this is the kind of equipment I have to showcase what CG Nichol can do for our units here. So for a dual wielder, that Sephiroth friend. For a true double hand unit like my Cloud here, here's his equipment and abilities. And CG Nichol is not fully geared up himself, but that's okay. He's just gonna show off what he can do. So let's go, guys. Alright, so for this Cactuar, so first things first, let's actually get the missions, out of the way. If you guys seen my news video on CG Nichol, I go in depth of how I use him and what each ability does, and then the circumstances of which you can use them. So for this first turn, I actually want to show you guys. So for White Knight Noel here, we know that he actually enhancements, he actually buffs himself 150% magic, defense, and spirit. And also has a 50% physical and magical damage mitigation, which it beats all of CG Nichol's current buffs. So that's why I want to show you guys how much CG Nichol can buff first. Alright, so first things first, usually you can dual cast most of these skills. So I just used linked stance, so anything that is available now is able to dual castable. So you can dual cast like damage mitigation, you can dual cast MP restore, 40 MP, AoE for all allies, even including himself. And these two buffs down here, Courageous and Fortune Stance, is why I have Tilith and Veritas of the Earth here. So I was asking the guys on stream who are here right now, and hey, Logan Ninja, just welcome to stream, and you're now famous, you're on YouTube. I asked a couple guys here, I'm like, hey guys, which unit has defense, like which unit has stat break resistance, right? So skills. So Veritas of the Earth, Tilith, Shield has it, and also Yan, the limited 4-star unit. And because these buffs, Courageous Stance, it buffs attack and magic for all allies, but it also reduces defense and spirit by a pretty great amount. But this is the best buff. So you have a 130% buff with this. All right, so let's take a look first in this first turn. Let's take a look at let's just buff like maybe attack. Okay, so our attackers like Sephiroth and Cloud, we saw their attack before we came in. So the 1189, and Cloud here, if I can find him behind this mess, there he is. All right, he's behind White Knight Noel. 1679, right? So let us dual cast this. Let's just buff up attack, and then also let's buff up defense. All right. So because White Knight Noel has 825, so I just wanted to show with this is 110% buff for those attributes. So now let's see what happens. So we're at now 1400 attack with Sephiroth, and as you can see, that is one turn. 1892, almost 1900 attack with Cloud. All right, guys. So that is pretty insane. And then White Knight Noel, let us see. So we have a 1013 defense. All right, 1013 defense. We will guard for this turn, and I will show you guys what to do next. So again, we can get debuffed if we use the maximum buffs. So we can use stuff like Omni Block. All right, this Veritas of the Earth boost resistance to reductions of attack, defense, magic, and spirit for all allies. And then Tillith as well has something like that. Affectionate Aura also boosts resistance, and boost resistance just means you can nullify it completely, right? It's not like a chance that you can nullify it. It's completely. The reason why I wanted to bring out these two is because depending on your strategy, depending on who you need to fight, having either Tillith or Veritas of the Earth in your party might be good. If you need a tank with that ability, Veritas of the Earth is a pretty good tank right off the bat, and a 4-star, so most people should have him. If you need a healer combo with CG Nichol, then Tillith is probably the best bang for buck. So yes, any one of them can do it, but let's just do it for the next turn, so we can see how much they get buffed with 130% versus 110. So someone says Sneaky Cloud. Yeah, man. And Logan says, I'm famous. You are, bro. You are. So one thing is CG Nichol's LB has actually more buffs, alright? 134% at max LB level. Sadly, I don't have it maxed, so we can't showcase how much that is, but you can imagine 130%. So I just did both, right? So it's all around. So defense at 1000 right now, right? Attack 1400 again, and then Cloud is at 1892. So we'll do this with our resistance to breaks. We should be able to buff even more. Let's check it out. Optolan says, wait, am I also famous then? Like famous? You're famous, but you're not famous. Alright, so we only got like about 40 extra additional attack for Sephiroth there, and Cloud has surpassed 1931 attack, you guys. This is pretty nuts. And then CG White Knight Noel has 1047 defense, not too much increase. So now let's show off White Knight Noel, what he can do for him, because his enhancements are pretty nuts. Bring It On is 150% magic, spirit, and defense buff to himself with a 50% physical and magical damage mitigation. So now he's at 1081 defense. Right, so that is the max buff that we can get right now, because 150% buff is just really nutty. Okay, so let's just guard for this turn. So it does 5 damage. Now, as you know, physical and magical damage mitigation can stack with global damage mitigation. So what we could actually do is, if you're fighting someone that's actually tougher, alright, so this Cactuar really won't show us how much damage mitigation, how much damage White Knight Noel can absorb. It's too bad, but he did like 5 damage. It's not fixed damage, so it can still be variable. But for this next turn, we're going to complete one mission. So we could use Soulful Stance, and we'll dual cast with his damage mitigation. So Soulful Stance is... did we do it? No, it's not. It's this one. So this is an AoE, no debuff to your team, but it only boosts all your stats by 100%, but also gradually restores HP for all allies. It costs 109 MP, so it might not be the best, but we're gonna do Impregnable Stance right now. Let's check this out. And if White Knight Noel even guards on off turns, then that becomes even more insane. But for this turn, I'm just going to use Bring It On again. I'm not going to guard, but you can imagine how much damage he can absorb with all this going on. And we're going to use a Limit Burst. We'll use CG Nichol's Limit Burst in the next turn. Three. Alright, so you can see that. So Impregnable Stance is a 30% global damage mitigation, so that made sense. If he did 5 damage, about 30% is about 3 damage. So we're just gonna guard with White Noel in this turn, and we're gonna actually use our Limit Burst. So this is the using Limit Burst mission, and we get to see the CG animation. Andrew Prota says the only thing that is famous about Jagan is his salt, Kappa, and he's like, Jagan, notice me, yo. Oh man, attention, man. You're thirsty for the attention, bro. But yes, you're famous. Everyone's famous. Everyone's famous. You want to be famous? Come to my streams. I'm just joking, guys. I'm just joking. All right, so let's see here. What can we do? Let's just guard again for this turn. And remember, now White Knight Noel actually is guarding, I believe. So if he takes any damage, it's gonna... Okay, that even missed him? I'm not sure what happened there, but okay. So we're gonna finish off our missions here. Use Sharp Kick with CG Nichol. So as you can see, these buffs are pretty intense, pretty crazy. We've already gone down. So I think that was a only a two turn buff, or 3. Maybe I used 3 turns already. But let's use Omni Block for Veritas of the Earth. So you can imagine, like in sequence, let's say you have Veritas of the Earth as your tank. Maybe perhaps you can use his Provoke on the first turn, or even Physical Cover. And then on the second turn, he can use Omni Block. So while the first turn, CG Nichol does a buff, see, one damage. You can imagine this on like a harder trial. I really gotta test this out sometime on a tougher boss. But you can imagine on the second turn, if he does Omni Block, then CG Nichol on the second turn, maybe the first turn he does damage mitigation with like Elemental Resist, right? And on the second turn, he dual casts your buff, so it can really help, right? So let's do this. Let's do it again. Maximum buffs for everyone. For White Knight Noel, I might as well just use my Limit Burst here. And we're just gonna finish him off now. So we used all the skills, so it should be all missions. Omni Slash, we used 1 Winged Angel. So it's interesting that I chose 2 FF7 characters. Oh man, look at Cloud, man. Look at that damage. Imagine that as a finisher. Boom! Nuts. Hey Pikachu, man, welcome to stream. Pikachu's like, Ree! What is this? Surprise stream? I was sleeping, missed the beginning. Yeah, well, I pinged everyone on Discord, man. But it's okay. Don't worry, don't worry. It is a surprise stream. Early one. Nice. So yes, that is basically CG Nichol in a nutshell. Obviously, again, if you don't know what he does, you should know already, because he's on the wiki, he's everywhere, everyone talks about him. So anyways, if you have Discord, check out the Discord server, follow me on Twitter, and subscribe to YouTube if you haven't. As always, thank you guys for watching this, and I'll see you guys next time.